Chicken Chong, Chicken Chong, Chicken Chong. They're two sales dudes from a cloud voice company, but with a superpower that you wouldn't believe. Monday mornings, they transform into some dope co-hosts with sports, pranks, and jokes. It's business, breakfast, and banter. Just try and hold back your laughter, cause it's some really funny spit out your coffee kind of quick wit. So grab a Pop-Tart and let the work week start. Momentum Mondays, yeah, with Chuck and Sean. Chuck and Sean. Momentum Mondays, yeah, with Chuck and Sean. Chuck and Sean, Chuck and Sean, Chuck and Sean.
Good morning, Sean.
Good morning, Chuck. We've had some fun this morning, haven't we? Hashtag technical difficulty.
Yeah, it's no big deal. We're here.
Well, the good news is all 13 of our viewers, your family, my family, and now we have one more that'll be joining us. They have no idea, do they?
Yeah. Did you say one mutt? It's not very nice.
One mutt. Yeah, a dog.
A couple dogs.
What's on the docket for today?
We got a lot going on here at Momentum. Obviously, we came off the channel show a few weeks ago in Las Vegas. I think we had 47 meetings. People coming out to the cabana.
Did you just make that number up? 47?
Yeah, probably 40, 48. We just had another one. Just realized
40, 50. We just had another one. We
had 40, 50 meetings. Great event. Always windy in Las Vegas. I feel like our banner fell over. Actually, the banner hit you in the head.
We were sitting in a cabana talking to a client partner, and man, next thing you know, I was laid out on the ground. Something hit me. I was like,
hit you right in the side of the temple. You started walking around. I had to make sure you didn't fall in the bushes or the pool.
Yeah. By the way, we need to talk about that. I need to file an HR report. I think I'm going to need to make some money on this.
That's it.
Oh yeah, it's definitely windy in Vegas. You played golf. One of our partners made a bet, didn't they?
They did make a bet. I don't think they won though, but they made some good money in Las Vegas.
They did. Did you make any money?
I made a few $100s, nothing major, but golfed at Shadow Creek, which was phenomenal. Just the whole experience. The only way to get to Shadow Creek is by limo. You have to stay at an MGM Grand hotel to play there. So we stayed at the Bellagio to go play, took a partner. Just the whole event was phenomenal.
You said you had to stay at the MGM to play there, but then you said you stayed at the Bellagio.
An MGM Grand hotel. Bellagio is one of them.
Oh, it's all owned by the same ownership.
All owned by the same owner.
Chuck, I was more than happy to put you up at Vegas. Last time I did that for one of our partners, I think I put him at Circus Soleil or not Circus.
Circus Soleil, yeah. They're hanging from the top with the water shooting at him or something.
What? Yeah. This gentleman asked, he said, "Hey, if I sell this big deal for Momentum, will you pay my way to Vegas?" And I said, "Absolutely. I got your hotel room." And where did I end up putting him up at?
I think you put him at Circus. Like it was $64 a night plus tax, and it came with free towel.
That poor guy. We haven't seen much from him since, have we?
No, zero.
Oh.
So who do we have? Who do we have as our special guest today, Sean?
It's funny you ask. We're taking a turn. We're taking the turn for the positive on this show, and we're starting to do things a little different. We're going after people that have had unique careers. I mean, last time we had Travis Radmeyer from the MLB, Major League Pickleball. We figured we would stick with the Major League theme. And only this time, this next guest is a little bit near and dear to my heart. He's a family member. He's been a partner in crime. And I say that because if you see up in the corner right now, one of 9 children, and this sibling decided to fly the coop many, many years ago and go off and become a Major League professional umpire. Welcome, Paul. How do you say your last name? I say Nard. What do you say?
Well, I say Nauert.
But why do you do that? That's not right. That's not like we've had this debate, Paul.
So there's a player in baseball. His name is Mauer, and they call him Joe Mauer. There's another guy, it's Bauer, and his name is Bauer. So I figured ours, Nauert, is Nauert.
Well,
Sean, that doesn't go in my theme when someone says, "How do you pronounce his name?" I said it rhymes with
fart.
Yeah. So I can't do that anymore. I can't say it
fluid.
fart.
So, guys, for those who don't know, Paul has been in Major League Baseball, recently just retired, has done many, many years of professional baseball, even up to and including a World Series. You see that he did the 2017 Dodgers Astros World Series.
Hold on a second. I hear some banging. Is that coming from the dugout?
Somebody asked me the other day, they said, is that the game where they got caught cheating? I'm like, I don't know.
It was the entire series, I assume.
Yeah, well done, Paul. So, Paul, welcome to the show. Welcome to Momentum Mondays. Tell us a little bit about yourself. I obviously know all about you. Not that impressive, but other people find it very. I'm kidding. One of the questions that I get asked all the time, Paul, is how did he get started in umpiring, Major League Baseball?
Especially from Louisville, Kentucky, where it's not like a major city where you have, already a Major League Baseball team. It's really intriguing.
Well, my story is I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do with my life. I was playing in a basement band, and I was living at home, and my father was just not happy with me. And a friend of mine who was doing some high school baseball found a brochure for this umpire school in Daytona Beach, Florida, and asked me if I wanted to go. And I just heard Florida 5 weeks, and that sounded like a vacation, and I was ready to go. So I took off, never having umpired ever, played the game, but never umpired. Didn't really even know if this is what I wanted to do. And over the course of the 5 weeks, I just became intrigued with the game, seeing it from a new perspective, and then felt like this might be something that I could do, but I wasn't ready. I was told at the end of that season or that school year that I needed a lot of experience, and so I took that to heart and went back and worked a lot of little league games, high school games, and just tried to get better at becoming a professional umpire. Went back to the school and qualified, and that started my journey.
So let's go back to your comment. You said I was playing in a basement band.
Oh yeah.
My father wasn't happy with me. Was he not happy with you or your band and your singing?
He didn't really know about our band. He wasn't happy that I was living at home at 23 years of age. So he was ready for me to go.
They asked a question, what got him in it? And I said, I think he just wanted to get away from the family. He just needed his own space.
Yeah.
So how long does it take? So Chuck, I know you got some questions, but real quick, how long from the time you went to that Harry Wendelstadt Professional School of Umpiring, talk to people about the progression? Because I've obviously, is it A ball, double A, triple A? How long does it take? What's the progression?
Well, I mean, the progression is different for different people, and it really depends on openings. It depends on ability. I was fairly fortunate. After umpire school, everyone goes to rookie ball. So I started in rookie ball. I worked 1 year in rookie ball. That was the Appalachian League. And then at the end of that season, I was promoted. So I spent 2 years at A ball, which is the next step forward. And that's about a normal time frame. And then after 2 years in A ball, I was promoted to double A. And I spent 2 years in double A. And then after my first year of promotion to triple A, the National League supervisor at that time took an interest in me and took me to big league spring training. So for the next 5 years, I was going up and down between the big leagues and triple A, but it took me a total of 11 years total to actually get hired on full time into the big leagues.
Wow. And you were number 39. Why number 39?
Well, my number actually changed. So I started out at 39. At the time that I got hired, I had 3 children, and being one of 9, so I took the number 39. After the end of the 99 season, there were 25 umpires who were let go, and I was part of that process. So for 3 years, I actually sat out of the game. And then when I got back into the game after many years of going through court, legal process and just getting back, I had to take number 96. So for probably the next 5 or 6 years, I was 96. And then when the number 39 became available, because when they merged the National League and the American League, anybody that had dual numbers, the most senior guy got to wear the number. And so when the most senior guy gave up 39 and became available, I went back to 39.
It also has family memory to us, Paul. And I can say this: we lost our mother when we were younger, and our mom was born in 39. So I do remember Paul mentioning that was sentimental to the family and certainly to him. Yep. So real quick, Paul, a lot of fun altercations. We've had the pleasure of watching you through the years. Obviously, it's like the unsung hero. One in particular comes to mind as the Torrey Hunter altercation, where what appeared to be something, and you see in this article here, where, quote, umpire strikes ball player, turned out to be something totally different. What happened there?
Well, first of all, there's not any fun altercations on a baseball field. So when you're going through them, it's sometimes the worst feeling ever. But, it's funny you bring up the Torrey Hunter, because that was one where the pitcher had just hit Torrey Hunter with the pitch, and we ejected the pitcher, and there were words exchanged between the pitcher and Torrey, and I was just trying to help him stay in the game. And so when I got up in front of him, I kind of, what I thought, just, give him a little love tap on the face, and then was like, hey, talk to me, don't talk to him. And it came out in the press that I slapped Torrey Hunter. And the next thing I knew, the people outside of baseball wanted me fired, and the league office wanted to suspend me. And I was like, holy crap. So after a long conversation with my boss at that time, which was Joe Torrey, it was, they all understood that it wasn't malicious, but I told him, I said, I'll go and apologize. And so Torrey Hunter and I had a lengthy discussion where, I apologized, but he was just as apologetic to everyone, saying Paul did me a favor. And I think it was because of that really kind of played in my favor. And we were still are great friends. And it kind of came comical, because I went out to the plate the next day, and the manager came out and he said, how you doing? I said, fine, but I just got a directive from the league that I can't slap any more of your players. And he said, yeah, he said, that was kind of weird. So I mean, everybody was happy with it, but it just got way blown out of proportion.
I do remember that. And there's a video out there where, like, the next game, you two meet up in the middle of the field. We might have that video here in a minute if Elijah could cue it up. But I do remember the press conference when Torrey said, Paul and I go way back, and he was telling me, come on, man, you're better than that. Your kids are watching. So, we thought it was interesting, because what the media took in one scenario was completely different than what actually happened.
If you watch the end of that video, I actually pat him on the butt, and then it was like, oh no, don't touch him again.
That's awesome. Well, listen, as we're talking about stories and altercations, this wasn't necessarily an altercation, but I don't know if you remember this, Paul, but many, many years ago. So probably, the three sons that I have, Tyler, Trevor, and Turner. Tyler and Trevor were at the time.
You don't get to think about that, John.
I did. There's one
Tyler,
more.
Trevor, Torrey Holt. Nope, not Torrey Hunter.
Not Torrey, Turner. But anyway, if you remember, we were at a Cincinnati Reds game, and I think Tyler was probably 6, and Trevor was probably 4. There was Adam Dunn, Ryan Friel, and Ken Griffey Jr. And you had given, so the story goes, as we went underneath after the game, you had given Tyler and Trevor baseballs that you had in your bag from the game. And you said, hey, go ahead and get the car, meet me out front. We'll go get something to eat. We had walked out of your door. So down below where the umpires are is directly across from the ball players. We walk out, and at the exact same time, Adam Dunn and Ryan Friel walk out. And they're just in T-shirts and jeans. And Adam Dunn sees that Tyler and Trevor have baseballs, and he looks at them and says, well, hey, guys, I see you have a baseball. You want me to sign it? And Tyler goes, nope. And I'm like, no, buddy, that's what they do, right? Like, they sign it. The audience like, Dad, I don't want him to sign it. Uncle Paul gave me this ball. So I'm sitting there explaining to the guys. Well, Ryan Friel starts laughing. Apparently he thinks that's funny. But the best part was when Dunn says, well, that's all right. And he looks at Trevor, the younger one, and he goes, hey, buddy, you want me to sign your ball for you? And Trevor looks at him and goes, nope. And so neither one of them wanted him to sign the ball. We turn around, and the third gentleman that walks out the door is Ken Griffey Jr. And I'm thinking to myself, oh, man, guys, y'all got to go get the signature of this guy. But all I hear is Ryan Friel tell Ken Griffey Jr., he says, hey, man, I smell minor league because now kids don't even want Dunn's autograph anymore. And do you know, Paul, for years, those baseballs sat on their dresser with nobody's signature on it. It was just a great Uncle Paul.
There you go. Well, I got quick speed round, Paul, as we wrap up. So Sean wants me to give you the speed round here. So who's your favorite player?
I could tell you now because I'm out of the game. Greg Maddux was my favorite player.
Ah, Atlanta. How about your favorite team?
Don't have a favorite team. I grew up a Cincinnati fan being from Louisville, but I quickly learned in the profession that I'm in that they hate us all equally.
All right. Last two. Favorite coach?
Had a lot of great managers over the years. Jim Tracy was always one of the guys that I really liked being around.
All right. And last one. Favorite brother?
I'm going to go with Tony. I'm going to go with Tony.
You're such a smart. God rest his soul.
Yeah. Actually, Tony and I were the closest growing up. So, yeah.
But, Chuck, before we go, Paul has only done one duet with one brother.
That's true.
And if anybody ever gets the chance to go Google the Osmond Brothers Ding Dong Daddy from Dumas, that's Paul and I as kids. All right.
Thank you, Paul. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you all for having
Paul,
me.
good seeing you, man. I look forward to seeing you. For those who don't know, Paul doesn't live in Louisville, hasn't lived in Louisville for over 20, 30 years. So we will see you in a couple weeks at the wedding.
The wedding.
Yep. Paul, thanks for joining us. Enjoy retirement.
Thank you all for having me. Thanks.
All right.
That was really good. That was really good. I just think the knowledge, when you find out how Paul got into Major League Baseball, you think about how do people get into telecom, for example. I started literally, I applied on an ad when I was in Louisville, Kentucky, some marketing coordinator ad. I'm like, all right, I'll try that. I didn't even know what it was. And I've been in the industry now, 25, 28 years. The running joke, of course, is I started in the mailroom. It wasn't that far off. My office was actually the mailroom. I did a lot of stuff in the mailroom. I helped in marketing. So, hey, I'm in front of the mailroom. What can I tell you? But hearing all that, it's just amazing. And now you think of the evolution of communications, managed network services that we offer, SD-WAN solutions. I think that we are being overlooked in some areas about our strength with our SD-WAN solution, with the new MIST portal that we have rolling out, with Marvis and all the applications you can get within the SD-WAN solution that we're in the process of rolling out right now. We've had SD-WAN for about a year and a half as part of our NID devices, our SD-WAN, part of the NID, part of the SD-WAN. But we continue to evolve. We have our cloud line solution, POTS replacement. Everyone has to replace their POTS lines by the end of 2023. Well, guess what? We have an option for that. And we've been winning some really large opportunities. So hopefully that gave us a quick little plug there, Sean.
No, that's great, Chuck. And sincerely, that's exactly what we talked about last week with Travis Radmeyer and with Paul. Taking a profession, regardless of what that profession is, and being able to evolve over time. We talked last time about Travis being a tennis player, now evolving into pro pickleball, but now being an owner. You look at some of the technology that evolved in Major League Baseball, from when they started to now everything instant replay to the technology, and being able to pivot and have, as we call it, situational fluency. So listen, guys, for those who've paid attention this entire time, we hope you've enjoyed Momentum Mondays, but give us a call at Momentum. We're definitely on the forefront of some of the great things happening here. We look forward to seeing everybody out in the field. Thanks for joining us again. Chuck, I'll see you back at the Momentum office. See ya.
Sounds good. Have a good week. Thanks, everyone.
See you, everybody. Thanks.